In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Jammy Guitar as a MIDI controller. For this, you will need to connect Jammy to a computer running a DAW, or a digital audio workstation. I'll be using GarageBand, which is available for free on macOS, and Ableton Live, which runs on both Windows and macOS. To connect Jammy as a MIDI controller, use the USB cable provided in the box. If you're using a laptop with USB Type-C ports, then you'll need to use an adapter. First, make sure that Jammy is turned on. Now let's launch GarageBand and create a new project. I'll choose a template called Keyboard Collection because it'll give us a whole bunch of preloaded instruments to play with. With GarageBand, Jammy will be automatically detected as a MIDI controller and you can start playing right away. Switch between the instruments in the project, or browse the library. You can play anything from various guitar types to synths and even drums. And when you're ready, just hit record. What I really love about using Jammy in MIDI mode is that I can go through the recording and fix the little errors like my timing, and I can experiment by moving the notes around, which with a regular guitar would require me to re-record the whole part. One thing you'll notice with Jammy in MIDI mode compared to audio mode is that currently string bending doesn't affect the MIDI notes. We're working to add MIDI pitch bending in the upcoming firmware updates. Now let me show you what you can do with Jammy Guitar in a more advanced DAW like Ableton Live. I'll start with a blank project. By default, we have this MIDI track selected. Now let's choose the input source. Jammy will appear under the name MIDI gadget. If I strum the strings on Jammy, this indicator will show that the MIDI signal is being received. And finally, I need to choose an instrument from the library. Let's select Guitar Soft Tremolo Room. One cool thing about using Jammy in MIDI mode is that it sends the signal from each string in a separate MIDI channel, so you can, for example, play different instruments on different strings. First, let's duplicate this MIDI track so that we have 6 of them, one for each string. Now let's set them to receive input from channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and so on. For all of these tracks to play at the same time, you need to arm them by holding down the Command on a Mac or Control on a PC and clicking the Arm button for each channel. Now you should see that every string plays in a separate track. You can group these tracks by selecting them and pressing Command G or Control G. This will let you, for example, change the volume of all 6 tracks at the same time. Now let's do something fun with this. Load a few VST plugins and assign them to different strings. I'll use Contact by Native Instruments. In the video description, you'll find links to some of our favorite plugins. I'll set the 6th string to play the bass. And the first string will trigger a drum loop, like this. You can do this kind of channel splitting as well as other things like MIDI mapping in most DAWs, Logic Pro, FL Studio, Pro Tools, Studio One, Reason, etc. This was a brief overview of how we can use Jammy Guitar as a MIDI controller. We'd love to hear what you can record with it, and of course, we're open to your feature requests. Have fun!